Good morning. Today we're going to be building some amazing things in our brand new port area, Gronport. Welcome back to MorningCraft. So we're here in the new area of Gronport. So here you can see the area in which we're going to be building. We've got this oak area where all of our luxury shops are going to go, and then the brown area is going to be more for sort of dock work, cranes, and all that sort of thing. This area is going to bring so much character to our cathedral when we look at it from across the lake. But first I had to build all the buildings which are going to sit in the luxury roads of Gronport. I went for all different shapes and sizes to give this a realistic feel. Each of these buildings has its own character, its own shape, and you may have seen that pink one in one of the mini episodes. We're going to have some lovely wide streets, and they're going to feel pretty good to walk down when you look at all the amazing things lining the sides. And so I went ahead and built up a first floor to most of these buildings. You can see now that these streets are going to feel pretty cool. Although one thing I wanted to work on was a sort of boutique market, the kind of place where you could find lots and lots of little shops with really expensive things. And so I got to work as close to the luxury homes as possible. You can see in the top left there the beginnings of our mini market. It's got this amazing glass roof with a slight curve to it, and when you walk inside, it's got this wonderfully lit walkway area with a bunch of tiny shops. You could imagine a specialist glove maker, or maybe someone who specialises in really weird types of candles, having a little shop in this market. But I'm hoping we can fill this with detail as the series progresses. Next, I added a bunch of second floors to all of these buildings. I started with this back row, as that's going to be visible from across the lake, and you can see how wide these streets are. But if we want this to look as good as possible, we're going to have to build up the rest of these buildings until we can get a real feel for how this area is going to be. There we go, lots and lots of buildings, and I think most of these I'm going to build in the morning mini episodes, just to give that real, I really go into detail with those ones, so it gives that sort of punchy, quick short episode with lots and lots of detail on the build, which I can't normally do in an episode of MorningCraft. But if I do it in the morning minis, then I'll have plenty of time to show off each build. But we are going to build two awesome little buildings today. We're going to be starting with an Italian restaurant and a florist, and I want to show you the level of detail we're going to be going to make this area as amazing as can be. As I'm recording this, the voiceover, I've actually built about 5 or 6 different things in this area. I've got to tell you, they look really good. Really excited to show them off in a series of sort of shorter episodes, and then maybe I'll put the total collective of them in a actual episode of MorningCraft. Story time.
Brothers, today we are no longer tribes, no longer scattered. Today, we are one. The Witan speaks, and with it, Thaldrim rises. To the Thaldric conquerors, you have turned wild blood into sharpened steel. You have driven Ladigan behind their walls, and the world now knows our name. To Struppi, who took their coasts and their proud cathedral, you have torn the cathedral we paid for from their hands and brought it back under our domain. The Witan has spoken. We build homes for those who wish to live under the prosperity that we wrestle from cowards. Then we bridge Ladigan and Thaldrim and forge a kingdom where none can stand against us. This is our time. This is our land. Thaldrim.
Okay, we're back, and as promised, it's time to work on our first 2 buildings. You can see me adding a little bit of detail in terms of these pathways. I also added some cut-throughs here on the back of these shops just to open them up a bit. But we're going to be starting on this corner here, and we're going to be building an amazing Italian restaurant. You may have noticed I've opened up the FOV of the camera, and I've done that so we can get as much detail as possible as we show off this new build. I started off with some lovely entranceways, this amazing Italian flag made out of concrete, and then some cool windows and an amazing balcony at the back. This build brilliantly balances the rich earthy tones of spruce and mud brick with the pops of colour from flowers, flags, and what are they called? Canopy areas where people can sit, like this one here. I added quite a bit of detail in terms of flowers and lanterns, but I certainly wasn't done yet. I'm trying to put as much detail as I can into this build. I had flowers, menus, glass, anything I could think of I added in. You can see the menus here. They've got this sort of cool banner design, which I've used in like 5 or 6 places now. We've got a little sign with the owner's name on it. And we've got a pretty cool roof, but it's not too bold or flashy. We've also got this nice little memorial for Grandpa Gino. And if you're not sure who Grandpa Gino is, he's the father of Uncle Gino, who owns the restaurant, and he makes awful soup. There you go, Uncle Gino's restaurant. What do you think? Do you like it? I do. I'd definitely go and eat here. I feel like he'd be really happy, walk up behind you, put his hands on your shoulders, be like, "Hey, it's good to see you, I'm a pretty cool guy, you're a pretty cool guy." Yeah, I'm sure Gino's brilliant. But there we have it, a completed Italian restaurant. And even from across the lake, this looks pretty good. But I wanted to do one more build before we move on. And so I got to work on a florist. A florist. Don't know why my voice went weird. Here we go, a florist. You can buy flowers here. It's got some glowberries because flowers, plants, it's all connected, Yeah, look, we got the florist. We are in the leaves. We are in the flowers right now. We're watching the dock here. Here we are, a florist, an Italian restaurant, and we've got a whole bunch more coming. Yeah, we've got a sort of cocktail bar, which is going to be bright pink and horrible. And then we got a little bakery and an art gallery and tons of other fun things. But in terms of other fun things, hope you have a pretty good day. And in terms of other fun things, in 2 days' time there'll be a new episode. So if you're new around here, please subscribe. Or don't. It's up to you. It's your account. Subscribe to who you want. If you want to subscribe to Cocomelon, that's fine. Unless you're a bit old for it. If you want to subscribe to, don't know, it's like a weird channel. Yeah, I'm going to stop talking now. See you next time.